Hi, my name is Del Smith. I'm a member of the Evergreen team. It's an honor to support the McMinnville educational system. I salute the teachers for their outstanding work. We appreciate and respect their professionalism. It is an honor to team with them with a good mission. Evergreen's purpose is to inspire and educate youth, to light a fire. It's the spark of the individual that moves mankind. We want to help the students realize what the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve. In closing, God gave us the gift of life. We owe God our best performance. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Michael Costi, and I'm here today at the Evergreen Aviation Museum in front of the Spruce Goose with our first edition of Take Flight. This show is not only about the happenings around the Evergreen Space and Air Museum in McMinnville, Oregon, but also about how this place makes an impact on people's lives through inspiration and education. With the gracious invitation from Evergreen Company's founder, Del Smith, McMinnville High School has partnered with the museum to bring you stories about the people who come here to see what this place is about. Our first story today is about Catherine Moreland, a 10-year-old from Dayton, Oregon. She likes music, especially Elvis, the color purple, and loves her big brother, Christopher. She also has severe autism. Catherine attended Reaching for the Stars, an event held at the museum on January 28th. It's a day of exploration and discovery for people with special needs. We followed Catherine as her family looked forward to the event and took a glimpse into the life of this young, happy, and unique little girl.
Christopher and Catherine look forward to this event at the museum every year. For them, it's a day when they get to be themselves. I sat down with older brother Christopher at their home to hear about how autism has impacted his life. Hi, it's Lexa Toth here at the Moreland household interviewing Christopher Moreland. So how does Catherine's autism affect you?
It limits things I do sometimes because you kind of have to facilitate her needs a lot. So you can't always take her some places, like the grocery store. She has a hard time and stuff. So sometimes I need to watch her and facilitate her needs over mine.
Right. I heard that you're a great supporter of Catherine. How do you help her?
Kind of just got to be patient for her and stuff. Sometimes she has a hard time getting across what she needs, or she'll use other words that might not have anything to do with what she needs. You just got to be patient, kind of read between the lines a lot of the time. And so patience is pretty much the main supporter for her.
Right. So what do you enjoy doing with Catherine?
She likes to bounce her big bouncy ball a lot and stuff. So I just kind of play catch with her, and she likes to bounce stuff, and she likes to make music. So she likes when I drum with like pencils on the table and stuff like that. And she has a little plastic bat she has, and she likes to run around and chase people with it. And so it's kind of things like that.
For Catherine's mother, Christy, the autism diagnosis has been a call to action. She began learning everything she could about the disorder. Her main emphasis is awareness. She wants to educate people so they can understand how to relate and engage with people who are diagnosed with the same disorder. The Reaching for the Stars event has been an opportunity to share her challenges and inspiration. I know you also attended the Reaching for the Stars event last year. What did your family think about it?
It was great. It's so nice to have events like that where you can just be yourself, and we don't have to worry about what people say. You don't have to be on guard or defensive or anything like that. And it's nice for her brother to be able to not worry about it, not feel. He's very, very protective of his sister, and so it's nice to be somewhere where he can let his guard down a little bit and not worry about what people are saying, or and it's also safe because people are aware that there's special needs and they kind of look out for each other. So
how does Catherine's autism affect your family?
It definitely affects spontaneous activities. We can't be quite as spontaneous. A lot of things go by mood. Sleep patterns here are a little bit erratic. In the middle of the night, Catherine might start bouncing her ball in the kitchen and waking up the household. Occasionally we'll hear a door open and basketball bouncing at 2 a.m. outside. So sleep patterns are very erratic, but it's just kind of chaotic, but we love it. Wouldn't change it for the world.
Today we've just been walking around and
kind of showing her different things and letting her interact. She likes to be really hands-on with things, and she loves looking at the different colors of the planes and stuff. And so that really fascinates her.
We would like to thank the Moreland family for graciously allowing us to tell their story. If you would like more information on autism awareness, you can go to the Moreland website, catherinecause.com. There is a Walk for Autism this August in Portland, Oregon. To get involved, go to walknowforautismspeaks.org.
Our last featured story is about the McMinnville High School robotics team that is led by Juanita Clarno. Thanks to a recent grant, for the first time in the school's history, they will be competing in the state robotics tournament later this spring. We followed the team as they collaborated to build the robot. This story is not only about the tournament, but about how these kids came together to solve complex problems.
The build for the MHS robotics team began in January, and advisor Juanita Clarno had big plans for the competition.
We decided to start the program because we wanted an after-school activity to help our ESA students have more hands-on and use what they learn in the classroom outside of class. And so we looked at some different options. Last year we ran First Tech Challenge, but this year we decided that we would try to do something a little different, a little bit bigger and better, a little more involved with the community. And so we decided to do the first robotics competition team.
Team leader Tristan Bartley led over 40 students that signed up for this challenging, exhausting, but rewarding experience. I sat down with Tristan to hear her initial thoughts on the project.
Well, as a first-year rookie team, I really just want our team to design a robot that will run. The challenge we were given is called Rebound Rumble, and we basically have to build, design, create, program a robot that's going to be a basketball into a hoop. The final competition is March 8th through the 10th at the Memorial Coliseum up in Portland, and we're super excited to go.
A couple weeks later, we met with Tristan and Juanita to see how the build was progressing. With the competition rapidly approaching, solving key problems became a top priority. While managing such a large project, they became aware of how vital each team member is to the success of the robot.
What challenges have you faced since the last time we met?
So we were going to go with a dumper design to dump the basketballs into the hoops, but that didn't really work out in its physics kind of matter with gravity. So we went with a shooter design to shoot the ball using the reflective tape in the camera.
So what is left to be done before the competition?
Well, we have to finish the programming for the robot. We have to make the shooter. We have to make the bumpers for the robot. We have to put it all together, figure that out, which might be difficult because we have such a kind of small parameters for it.
To help understand how the design of the robot works, I took a look at the team's practice robot and got a better idea of what was going on behind the scenes.
So what's going on here, Jesse?
Well, right now this is our practice robot, obviously. Right now they're just getting the battery back on so Ben, our programmer, can get back to programming and figuring out which ways the motors turn. Because when one motor right here is a different speed than this one. This one's like negative. It ranges from 0 to 1. So this one's -5 and this one's 5 or 0.5. And so he's got to figure out which ones are which motor needs to be programmed to which one, so he doesn't break any of the gears in the gearbox, because that would be really bad.
With all they have done, the team still has a lot to do before they're finished.
What are you working on today?
Today they're finishing the base, and we have a goal this weekend, by the end of the weekend, to have it drivable. So have the electronics attached to the base and be able to drive the base around, and then have them start working on the ball pickup. I think that the kids have learned a lot about the design of the robot, and we had some wavering at the beginning. We took a lot more time than what they would have wanted on their design, and then we kind of wavered on what the design was. They realized that the first design wasn't going to really work and wasn't what they wanted and didn't do what they wanted it to do. So they had to go back and redesign, and so we spent a lot of time, more time than we wanted on the design. And then, so the kids, I think next year will learn a lot, and we'll change quite a few things in that process. So hopefully next year we can get the design down and then keep going and work our way through.
Do you think that you're going to make the deadline in 11 days?
Yeah, we should make the deadline in 11 days. We have to have the robot bagged and the bumpers done by that. And we can bring in 30 pounds of parts that we manufacture after the 21st. but we are limited to a number of pounds. So if we have extra pieces that we aren't quite finished with, we can bring them with us to competition. It's just we're limited on the poundage. But the programming and that kind of stuff will pretty much be done in 11 days. I think we're going to make it. It's going to be tight, and we're going to probably work all day Monday on the holiday, and then probably all the way up until midnight on the 21st. But so they may be a little sleepy the next day.
After making the final push in the closing days, the robotics team finished their project. In the last few hours of the build, I checked in with the team. They were making last-minute adjustments and testing the accuracy of the basketball shots. Once several issues were solved, the team had high hopes for the competition. Their build was complete, and their goals were reached. We wish them the best of luck.
We want to thank you for joining us in this first installment of Take Flight. We plan on bringing you many more shows that tell the stories of the people that come to this place and leave inspired. This was a dream of Michael King Smith, to educate and inspire through flight. Standing here in the cockpit of Howard Hughes' famous flying boat, it's hard not to be amazed by such a monumental feat. In our stories, we were also amazed by the courage of young Catherine Moreland and the determination of Mac High's robotics team. In our next show, we will follow the robotics team to their competition at the convention center and see how their adventure ends. This is Michael Costi. See you next time on Take Flight.